Well, good morning, beautiful people. You know who I be. You know who I be. You know who I be. I be is me. Guess what today is, guys? It is Let's Talk Tuesday. What do you want to talk about? Hmm. Hmm. What do you want to talk about? Huh? Tell me, tell me, tell me. You never talk to me. Now you want to talk? Come on, somebody. I just want to show you guys this right here. This right here is my husband's urn. That's Isn't that nice? Pretty, pretty, pretty. Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, guys, good morning, beautiful people. It's your girl, Miss Chalet. Miss Chalet who don't play. But anyhow, listen, today is Let's Talk Tuesday. So, um, let's just talk about this, okay? I really want to talk about how and why I got fired at my job in 2019. November 2019, I got fired from my job because of something really stupid, you know? So the story goes I was overnight and I worked from 10 p.m. at night to 8 a.m. in the morning. So this place that I worked at was going through people, going through the turnover rate was amazing. It was crazy, and I just watched the environment that we were taking care of these kids in. There were kids with disabilities, and when people see things changing like that, how can they begin to be stable and secure? The kids be secure within the people that keep coming in, different people. And I'm like, oh God, this is crazy. This place is a madhouse. But anyhow, we had several good supervisors, which they were no longer there. And then we got this new supervisor, which she was only there for a month. And I would call her at night and let her know, because when you're a supervisor, you have to be on call. You have to be ready and willing to answer phone calls at 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter. My shift was 10 at night to 8 in the morning. So if I had a crisis with the children, you need to be there to answer my calls. So she wouldn't answer the calls, and I would text her and say, such and such is going through this. He's throwing a TV. Something's happening, you know. Um, so I would check her on these kind of things, like literally, So I think she kind of got intimidated by me. She would come in the morning and say, "Oh, Michelle, I'm going to be running a little late. I have to get my kid to school." She just moved in her area where she was at. Okay, fine. Who cares? But if you moved in your area and your kid wants to still stay at where you guys live, that's your responsibility. That's not mine or the facility that you work at. You need to work on around that. You don't just say, okay, I got to take my kid to school, so I'm going to be 30 minutes late and I'm going to leave Michelle here with 4 kids that have disabilities and all need one-on-one treatment by herself first thing in the morning. So anyhow, um I left her text messages and she texted me back. I said, "Where are you?" She goes, "Oh, I'm on my way." And I saved all these text messages. Thank you, by the grace of God, praise Jesus, that I did save everything, because I do save everything, because you never know what's going to happen. So next thing you know, she says, I'll be there. I'll be there. And I said, well, what you call it? Why didn't you tell me that such and such needs to be showered? I didn't know that. She goes, well, just handle it and do the best that you can. And I'm saying to myself, do the best that you can. I don't even know if he's going to bite me or scratch me or take my eyelids out. I don't know. How you going to tell me that? So next thing you know, my daughter calls me and says, Mom, I need to bring the baby up real quick just for 5 minutes or whatever, because we got to go. I got to get to a job interview wherever she needed to go. And I was like, oh my God. So then I called my friend, because I didn't drive because I could barely see at night. So I said, oh, you got to get up here right away. You have to come get the baby, because my daughter has an interview and I need you to come up here and get her. She was only there 5 minutes and I was there in the morning. It was 7 o'clock by myself. And I was like, oh my God, these kids are going crazy. Everything is happening all at once. I said, oh no, what's going to happen? What's going to... So I started getting frustrated. My grandbaby was sitting by the door waiting on him. 5 minutes. She was what, 1 or 2? I think she was 2. She was 1. and just sitting in her thing, and I have to give this kid a shower, this kid a shower, all this stuff going on. So I was like, and then I texted her and I was like, it's 8 something. I said, where are you? And then I said, where's the other girl? And she goes, oh, somebody's going to be there. And I said, are you kidding me? So, it was no more than 5 minutes that my friend came and got my grandbaby. They sat in the car and waited on me to get off, which I got off at 8. It was 8:15, 8:16. I don't know, before even either one of them came to give me the relief to help me with these children. And I was like, oh my God, Father, just help me. See, back then I wasn't into, what I'm into now. I was livid. I was just ready to go crazy. And she never said anything to me about it. She never said or whatever. So next thing you know, it was like a week later, she hired another girl to do overnights, and not overnights, but to do days. And the girl didn't like to do the daytime shifts, because she couldn't handle the kids. And so she decided she wanted to work one overnight. And the new supervisor told me, she goes, oh my God, Michelle, I don't know what I would do without you, because nobody wants to work overnights. So I said, I know. Nobody wants to work overnights. It's a long shift and you have to stay up. And then when crises happen, which they do at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm there by myself to handle it. So next thing you know, the girl asked her if she can work an overnight, and the girl liked it because you're there by yourself. You don't have to deal with other people. You don't have to deal with other staff. You don't have to do anything. You're just there dealing with the children, and most of the time they're asleep. So she liked the shift. So next thing you know, the new supervisor was like, oh, okay. And the girl was like, well, I would really love to do the Monday through Thursdays, which was my shift, the perfect shift ever. Monday through Thursday. I was off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I had the best shift ever. 10 at night to 8 in the morning. And I had the weekends off. Who wouldn't want that? So next thing you know, she called me that morning. She called me and said, well, such and such wants to work your overnight. Do you want her to work your overnight? And I was like, I never have anybody calling me, asking me, telling me that somebody wants to work my overnight. Who does that? I mean, who really calls somebody and say, somebody wants to work your overnight? She said, because she needs more hours. I said, oh, really? I said, okay. Oh, okay, that's cool. So my friend was like, it's a setup. It's a setup. I said, no, it's not. How could it be a setup? She just wants to work my overnight. So next thing you know, that morning at 7 o'clock, I get a phone call from the supervisor, and she says, what's your address, Michelle? And I said, my address? I said, for what? And she goes, oh, I'm trying to send you your last check because I'm going to have to let you go. And I was like, what? I was on the phone. I said, what? You gotta do what? I said, okay. And so I had to remove myself out of the room because I didn't want nobody to know, like, really, I just got fired on my morning off. Because the girl worked for me last night. So I didn't have to go back to work until that night at 10. So next thing I went in the living room and I said, what are you talking about? She goes, oh, well, I just feel like you are not something with the kids. She felt that I was getting stressed out about the kids. But no, I wasn't stressed out about the kids. I was stressed out because you guys wasn't there to do your part. It's not a one-man job when you're working with kids with disabilities. It's the whole staff. Now, when you guys leave somebody there by themselves, it's impossible. So don't tell me how I feel or what my job was doing or how I was feeling about the kids. It was about you staff members that wasn't here to help me at the time you were supposed to be here, because you guys had lives, but I didn't. You guys had lives to if I got off at the time that I was supposed to get off, then I would have my grandkid, daughter. I usually have her, you know what I'm saying, at that time, because I usually babysit for my daughter in the morning. So, she was like, well, I got to get her kid, mind you, was what, 13, 14, 15, something like that. I don't know. I got to get my kid. And I told her, I said, well, you know what, honey? I said, everybody has things to do in the morning, but when you get a job, you have to make your life around that job. Now, if that job doesn't work for your life, then you need to move on and get something else. Because we got kids here, 24-hour service, So then next thing you know, I said, okay. I was in shock. I was good, and I didn't want to tell anybody. I was like, because I've never been fired a day in my life, ever. So when I heard that news, I said, you've got to be kidding me, because somebody wants to do my overnight, this, and that. And I said, what is the reason? She didn't even have a logical reason to tell me. The lady was so discombobulated with it. She sent in the thing that's stating the why. She goes, even though Michelle is such a good worker, she has the kids all dressed up really nice. She makes sure the house is spotless and spick and span. She had nothing bad to say. And I was sitting there going, are you kidding me right now? This lady done really lost her mind. Really lost it. So I was like, okay, okay. So next thing you know, I said, okay, well, I'm just going to apply for unemployment. I said, okay, I'm going to apply for This lady fought me through thick and thin. She tried to lie on me. She tried to say, first, after she had no good explanation, so she tried to say that Michelle brought her dog, her grandkid got dropped off and was up there, and I had sent all I had to send all the text messages I was fighting for my life. I was fighting for my life, for my unemployment, for everything, with this lady, and she tried to say all this stuff. So she tried to take photocopies. She took photocopies of she half did it. She half took a picture of what I said, but she didn't take pictures with what she said. I said, okay. So every text message that I had, the receipts, the actual receipts, here you go, unemployment, here you go. After we done went, it took like 4 or 5 days. We were fighting back and forth what she was trying to say, lie. She goes, well, your employer said that you, and I said, okay. So I was like, typing like Annie M. So next thing you know, and after that last receipt she sent, and then I sent them people back what they needed to see. She says, do you agree or disagree with what Miss such and such is saying about this? And I said, I totally disagree, because she is straight. I didn't say lying, because you got to be professional when you're talking to the people. So I sent in the stuff and and said my little statement, brief and to the point. And let me tell you, sister, this lady tried to sabotage my unemployment, fire me, leave me homeless without a pot to piss in and a nickel to spend. I said, who does that? Who is that evil? Right around Christmas, okay? It was November 7th, something like that. I said, you've got to be kidding me. I've never been fired, ever in my life. I'm a good person. You know what I'm saying? I do nothing to hurt nobody. I go to work. I do my job. But she got intimidated me by me addressing the things that she was supposed to be doing as a supervisor, and she wasn't doing it. So she felt like I was stepping on her feet. No, I wasn't stepping on your feet. These are kids that have disabilities that are supposed to be looked at 24/7, and it's your job as a supervisor to make sure this is happening. I don't care what's going on in your life, just like you don't care what's going on in my life. Obviously, you didn't. So next thing you know, after I went through all this and this, and so I couldn't sleep that night. I was just tossing and turning. I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. This is when I was really getting heavy into my drinking. I was so stressed out, lost my job, 2019, lost my husband, 2018. I was a basket case. So alcohol, just drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking, like it was super, a crutch. It really was. So next thing you know, wake up in that morning, look at my email. Child, the happiest day of my life. Michelle Sellers, you are approved. What you say? I said, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord. I said, the devil is a lie. This lady tried to sabotage me for no reason at all. Fire me for no reason. She had no logical explanation, nothing. She got all the way down to, because I was not a bad person. You can ask any other supervisors how I roll and how I work. I did way beyond the call of duty at work. I did extra work that I wasn't even getting paid for. Trust me, I was cutting them children hair. I have a license. I'm a cosmetologist, a 33-year licensed cosmetologist, and I was cutting them kids' hair for free. At my job, making sure these kids look good, because they sure didn't give it, So anyhow, that is how I lost my job, 2019. And that was the beginning stage of my true alcoholism. Well, I was already alcoholic. It was my start of spiraling down got to December, got to January, and then 2020, I was a hot mess. Okay, but yeah, God is good. God has been truly good to me. And when they said I was approved, because that lady didn't have no reason to fire me, and she thought I was a Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory. She thought I was a whiff, and I didn't know what I was doing, and she thought I was gonna let that go. Boo boo, boo boo, boo boo. You need to get it together, sis, because I'm telling you, God is good, and He worked it out once again for me because He knew I was right. I was not wrong at all. So I said to her, I pray for her and her family every day. I pray for their Christmas to still go right. I pray for everything in her life to still go right. I did that. Even though I was so mad, I said, I can't believe you would do that to me. And I did nothing to you. You took it away from me just like that. And I've been with that company for a minute. You've been with that company 1 month. And I've been with that company for almost 3 years. And you took it away from me. But it's okay. Look what I am. Look where I'm at. Look where I'm at. Look where I'm at. I look where I'm at. I look where I'm at.